Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Get Lost. Well, for everyone who's here for the first time, let me tell you what Let's Get Lost is all about. This is a show where we make you travel with us. We go to different places, and we have our travel expert, our travel guru is what I call him, Vincy, with me on the screen. Hey, Vincy.
Hey, hi
Hi.
guys. Thank you, Ria. It's a wonderful
Yeah. So.
introduction. Yeah.
So yes, he's the one who takes you through various places. Well, it's been like a good 3 to 4 episodes where we've been to Tawang, we've been to Zero, we've been to Shillong, Cherrapunji, and today is another, actually not a surprise, but a place which is, I think, it's in everyone's list, isn't it, Vincy?
Yes. Today, I think everybody loves this place, and even from Indians and foreigners want to visit this place. And it's a place that
Absolutely.
is built on the philosophy of do nothing. You know, well, I'm guessing you must have guessed it. It's Goa. But surprisingly, why it is on Let's Get Lost kind of a, it's we are talking about offbeat stuff. So besides the beaches and the party scene in Goa, there are a lot of offbeat
Right.
locations which we're going to talk about. Yeah.
Okay, super. But if you guys are wondering why, like why Goa? I mean, Goa is something we all know about, but I think Vincy has some surprises that we have not really been to, and I'm sure you're going to this time after our session, our Goa trip, and the itinerary is going to be very, very different, and not just sitting on the shack and chilling on your, drinks and food. So yeah, let's begin. So you know what we'll do, Vincy?
Yeah.
First, we'll just go as per. Again, this is because we also still have a lot of youngsters who may have not yet been to Goa, and this must be their phase of like planning their first trip from college or something like that. So we will still make sure that we tell them how to start when it comes to Goa, feasible ways, and then once we reach there, we'll explore the normal and the yet unknown ones. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let me start by saying, for me, Goa is not a place; it's an emotion. It's an emotion that helps create, celebrate life. When you're sad, you go to Goa. Just think about it. When you're single, you go to Goa. When you're married, you go to Goa. If it's raining, Goa is a beautiful place to be. If it's not raining, Goa is an awesome place to be. And even if you're in college, go to Goa. Even if you're in late 60s, 70s, old, whatever, go to Goa. So Goa is a place
Yes.
that brings about the emotion. And the best way to reach Goa, of course, if you're staying in Bombay, like I was in Bombay 1 year, I went 15 times to Goa. And that time I rode to Goa. Yeah, I mean, just like that. So I rode to
My
Goa.
goodness.
I drove to Goa. I took a train. You can take a bus. You can take a flight. So whichever way, Goa is well connected. So you can reach Goa from any part of the country or from abroad. Just fly into Goa. That's the best part. And
Right.
I tell you something very interesting I find about Goa is when you go to
Mhm.
the airport, and if there are bunch of people who are going on a vacation, and let's say there are two
Right.
bunches of people who wants to go for vacation to do different location,
Mhm.
you can still find out who are the
Right.
people going to go out of them, even though they are going on a holiday. So Goa is like, there is a vibe for people who are going to Goa. For some strange reason, you will always find it. And people have not gone to Goa
Right.
should definitely go. It's one of the best places to visit in the country. Yeah.
I am sure. Well, I still find people who are doing those alumni meets and are maybe like 65, 70,
Yeah.
and they are still, planning that, why not Goa? So
Yeah.
so I think Goa is that place, like you rightly said, it's emotions, it's memories, it's, it's the first place everybody wants to go to, maybe it's everything. So Goa, yes, I'm so excited. Let me also tell you, Vincy, my first trip from college, unofficially, was Goa. And I think I had to like just, now it's okay. I don't think anybody in my house was aware. And I was like, Goa is the place to be in. So yes, it's a lot of emotions. So as you said, then let me sum that up. So for going, it's pretty simple. You have the bus, you have the train, you have the flight, anything that fits your budget, and you can just take that up,
Yeah.
right? Now once we are in Goa, there is a lot to do with north, south, and of course unknown
Yeah.
places. Now
Yeah.
please guide us, what do we do once we are in Goa?
So most interestingly, I'm going to talk about the offbeat locations in Goa. The obvious locations that we touch is normally people, if you want to party, you go to North Goa, you go to Baga side, or on the north side of
Right.
Goa, Kalangut, Baga side. And if you want to have more peace and quiet, you go to the South Goa. So that's fairly the broad description of how Goa is for a lot of people. If you're a party animal, go to the North Goa and stay there. If you're a peace loving, you want tranquility, you're going for honeymoon with your wife, go to the South Goa. So that's as simple as that. Goa. And the rest of the thing, and of course, you can travel from north to south. It's hardly any distance, and you can just drive down 2 hours. You're in North Goa, South Goa. It's fairly simple. The other very interesting thing that we're going to do, why I decided to do offbeat is, I was quite surprised. One year I was in Goa and I arranged a treasure hunt in the whole city of Goa. So I had gone with some 100 odd people and I was organizing treasure hunt for them. And they thought they know Goa. So I gave clues to run around Goa and finally they figured that they never seen these parts of Goa. So and when we were discussing, I thought this is a good platform to tell people there are a lot of things that Goa has to offer, which normally we don't know. So if you're in Goa next time, you're visiting second or third time, you can explore these places. Yeah, so that's the idea. So let's start with this. Yeah. So let's start with one of the most interesting things over there. Let me show you we're looking at, of course, the Goa. This is in Mystic Woods. So it is a butterfly garden. It's a butterfly sanctuary. There you will have more than 100 species of butterfly. So it is like 45 kilometers. It is in Ponda, 45 kilometers from Panjim. You go there. There is a couple who have started this. So you can actually meet them, sit with them, chill with them, and understand how it is. This is something very beautiful. They have a rooftop garden also.
You mean?
Yeah.
So this whole place is started by them, and this is it's a garden, like
it's a garden.
It's
for butterflies. Yeah, it is only for butterflies. So you'll find different kinds of butterflies. So photographers love this place. They go there, sit, and spend hours shooting over there, and they get nice, beautiful shots. And if you really want to understand how they're working, you can book an appointment with the couple who have started this and spend some time and get to know why and how. So it is a good time you can spend over there. Now, since you're there, you should also visit
us. And this you said?
Yeah. It's in Ponda.
It's in Ponda, which is in the south.
Yeah, it's from Panjim side. Yeah, correct. From Panjim, around 45 kilometers. Panjim, yeah.
Yes.
So that's the place. Now, if you're going there, you cannot miss the Spice Gardens. I don't know if you've heard of the Spice Gardens. So it's another...
Not really.
It's another beautiful place. Let me see if I have the visual for that. Try to share this image.
Nothing apart from beach is known in Goa.
So this is the Spice Garden. It is the other end. You have to walk through this and you reach Spice Garden. It is a beautiful place where you actually know about the various spices of Goa. Like how cardamom is grown, how you have this dalchini, the tree from where it comes. I don't know the names, lavang, lasun, whatever. Those kind of spices are grown there. It is very interesting to see. And what I like the most, people have heard of vanilla.
I can't get over. Okay. Okay. So lasun is something else.
Lasun is something, yeah. So I was there and this lady was showing me all kinds of spices.
You are not into cooking.
Yeah, of course. This lockdown has made me a little rough, but yeah, not much. So this lady over there goes and shows me, okay, these are the various trees, these are various spices, which is very interesting to know. But what I got attracted to was she was showing how to make feni and urag. So there is a setup of how to make urag and feni. I said, oh, that is interesting for me, how to make. And you can also taste the fresh urag. So I said, yeah, that's interesting. And the beauty is there, a lot of people have heard of vanilla. And for the first time, she showed me how the vanilla pod looks like. So where does the vanilla come from? The original vanilla pod, which not many people know.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was there.
It's all this is in Goa, or these are
Goa.
like, I mean,
no, they grow it there.
What I'm saying is these are in they grow it there. Okay.
They grow it there. It's a huge plantation. So there's a trip. Once you go there, they take you around the various places and explain you each and every tree and how it is made and how things are made. So that is a beautiful thing. And after that, I suggest you go during the lunchtime. So you should, do it in such a way that
Hmm.
you're around, let's say 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock there, because then you can have lunch. And that's an awesome lunch they have. It's
Okay.
all prepared from the
Yeah.
fresh ingredients they grow there itself. So that's the beauty about that
Wow.
place. And yeah, I think you should
Wow.
do this. People should not miss going to that place for sure.
These.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, I'm very sure, like Spice Garden, Butterfly Garden. I'm not too sure if anybody, because in
Uh,
so many months and years, I have
uh,
never really discovered these things, because Goa always meant go to the beach,
uh,
just relax, and
yeah.
this whole angle of a different way of looking at Goa. Like you can also dedicate a day to these things apart from just going historic. Either there is the historic fort, or then there is. So
Yeah,
I
true.
think that's really good to know.
In Spice Garden, the other thing they showed me which attracted was jackfruit leaf BD. They make BD out of jackfruit leaves. Interesting. I don't smoke, but yeah, it was very interesting to see. And
Oh,
some
yeah, that's
people
what I was like.
are
BD is what?
BD,
Jackfruit. Okay.
jackfruit leaf BD. BD is that thing to smoke? Yeah, normal BD. Yeah. So, so you get to see this interesting stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
That's
another,
nice. Also, yeah,
yeah, no,
these are all ticketed places, right? If I'm
yeah,
understanding right,
ticketed
the Spice
places.
Garden.
Yeah, I think it's around
Okay.
$200 or something. It's not expensive, but it's worth going and visiting
Right.
and getting some knowledge. Yeah, it's a nice place to hang
So
around,
pretty
spend
much a
half a day.
good day, like,
Yeah, you can plan
yeah,
a good day
exactly.
there. Then
That's nice.
you should go to Safa Masjid. Now this is very interesting. It is on the highway. If you go from Panjim, you can see it is on the highway actually. Something very interesting
Okay.
about it, it has connected hidden tunnels in the tanks of the wall. And they say there is a fresh source of water comes from there, but nobody knows how it is connected. The water, fresh water comes there,
Oh,
but from where they don't know. So Safa Masjid, and it's also a fusion of Indo-Islamic style of working. So that is another.
which part of this is in
This
Goa?
is
Like again,
this is
south
closer.
itself, or?
Yeah, closer to Panjim only. So once you're there, so this is what you call the Safa Masjid. It is a nice place where people go out
Oh,
for walks. You can spend the evening chilling. It's like a garden kind of a thing, quiet place. Read a book probably. So
it
these are
looks really
the.
beautiful.
It is beautiful once you go there. It is very nice, and it's quite big. In fact. And these are the tunnels, if you can see. Yeah, and the
Right.
water next to the water body, there are tunnels that goes in. So they say there are source of fresh water being made.
I'm sure there must be some historic story also to this. Like, the way it's made. This is
Yeah,
a naturally, this is natural, right? The way it is
it
right
has been
now.
constructed. Yeah, it's a natural tunnel. So they have made those tunnels, I guess. That's all.
Oh, okay.
You should visit this place
That's
just to
really beautiful.
experience. Yeah. Then the next,
So, there
yeah,
is,
uh,
yeah.
yeah,
No, just the tunnel reminds me there is a very similar place, but a little huge one. The
uh,
same format, like the water in between and these sort of a tunnel. And this was somewhere in the forts of Alibag. And
yes,
the story to that place is, back then when there used to be the Marathas and
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
fort scenario, the queens that time used to take bath here, and
yeah,
thus it was actually constructed to make them feel like a special place.
especially, yeah,
So I'm sure even this must be having some story. It's
some
pretty very
significance.
really
Yes.
nice. Yes.
Then the other things you should explore is the islands of Goa. Now there are there
Okay.
are quite a few islands in Goa which people don't travel to. So this is the way you go. So there are these boats come there. You can take your car into it. You can take your bike into it. And actually, this is provided by
Right.
the government, and it is free of cost. They don't even ask you money for this. So you just go there, get into one of these, and go to the islands and just chill. So one of my favorite islands is the Divar Island. The Divar Island,
Divar.
yeah, it has a lot of old Portuguese houses which are 400, 500 years old, and not many people
Mhm.
stay, so they're just there. Like the houses are there, you can go. Very few people stay there. A lot of them are migrated to in search of job, but their parents, grandparents are staying there. You can go rent a house there, stay for like 1 month. It is such a beautiful place. You can just
Wow.
spend. So this is another. This is also a guest house, and you can go and stay in this place. It
Wow.
is just stunningly beautiful place. Nearby, you can go around fishing. A day can be spent very easily going fishing, cycling. So Diwar Island is a place that you should visit. A lot of movies have been shot here. I think Dear Zindagi probably was shot here with Shah Rukh and Alia in Diwar or
Okay.
Shore Island. One of those islands it was shot. The other
So these
island.
islands are pretty far from the. So you're saying that the distance wise, is it
No,
something?
it's not that far. You go to Panjim. From Panjim, you go to the ferry side. It's hardly any distance, and from there, these islands,
Right.
you take the boat. Boat will like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You're on the island.
Right.
It's hardly anything, not much.
So like something from so people in Goa want to go a little, feel vacation,
Yeah,
then they can go to
they
these
go to
islands, right? Like it's more
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
we go to Lonavala, Alibag.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
okay, that's nice. Nice. to
Yeah, a
know.
lot of Goans go there, just to chill. So if you're staying in Goa for a bit, like some of my friends who stay there who have shifted from Bombay, and they like to go to these islands. This is a nice place. You go do photography, or you want to write a book, or just cut off from the beaches. You want to be on the islands and next to the. So it's a good place to hang around. The other island is
Right. Yeah, looks pretty
Shore
nice.
Island. This is another very beautiful place. There are these churches, old churches, and you can just.
Shore Island. Okay.
So so this is the island how it looks.
Nice.
And the best part about that island is there is this bird sanctuary. It's called Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary.
Okay.
Salim Ali Bird Sanctuary. Now this is where you need to plan your day well in advance. If you want to see the birds, there are lots of birds who come there, migratory birds, but they come in the morning, 7 to 9. By 9 o'clock, they are all gone. You have to catch the early bird. And the next time they come in the evening around 4 o'clock or something.
Where do they go?
They just go around hunting for food, I guess. So this is so all those people who go to the
That's
sanctuary.
amazing.
If you're
7 to
there
9.
by 7 to, I mean, ideally it is open, but by the time you reach by 10, 11, nothing is seen. Like there's no bird, there are no birds around. So early morning is a good time.
Right.
In that area, you can also spot crocodiles. So crocodiles are pretty good. They just be hanging around, lazing around, doing nothing much.
You're really giving us a very different aspect of Goa, Vinci. Really, like there is, I'm sure, like I was waiting, okay, something that I know of. I was like, no, I'm clueless. That's really nice. Okay. So crocodiles, what? There is a dedicated space again for that?
Yeah.
It's just...
So same place. No, they're just there. It's not that they come and bite you outside the island. They're not on the island. They are in this place.
Of course.
They're well gated community for crocodiles, I guess. So they are pretty good.
So it's taken care of, like.
It's taken care of. Yeah. You can walk around and don't poke things, but you can walk around and see the crocodiles.
Right.
In fact, this Salim Ali has more than, I was shocked to know they have more than 400 migratory birds there, local birds. Migratory and local birds come there. So that's a beautiful thing to do.
Wow. Yeah.
The other island you should check out is the Jacinto Island. It's again a beautiful one. Let me see if we can show that. This one. So this is next to Vasco da Gama. Beautiful island. You can.
Wow.
Shot very nicely, I guess, aerial views. I think all the islands should be shot like this so that people know how beautiful it is. So this is another place you can go and
This is beautiful.
So once you're there, you can. So there are a lot of churches inside in the island, and the surrounding is very beautiful. Again, one of those places where you just put your camera and start shooting. Absolutely stunning. There's nothing wrong with that. The other interesting island people must have heard of, but they don't know how to reach there is the Butterfly Island. It is again, it's near Palolem or
Butterfly Island,
Aponta
okay.
Beach. Yeah, there's a Butterfly Island, or I like to call it. Let me. So yeah, so this is how it looks like a butterfly taking off. So that's the idea.
Okay.
So that's why it's called Butterfly.
It pretty much does.
Yeah, it's also the Butterfly Beach where you go and. So this is a nice place. Yeah. A lot of people are there who are going to be there now. So I'm going to show you some of the islands. Why don't you take a look at the. The other interesting thing is, you can see the island.
No, your screen needs to be shared.
Okay, fine. So besides the Butterfly Island, I would suggest that you all should also visit the Portuguese colony.
Okay, I think Vince's thing is on mute. I don't think I have discovered, I have been to Goa 5 times by now. It started with my college trip, and then I was like, Goa is my place. I think that's what every child feels when they start traveling and then they see these funky places. But yeah, like, I think whatever Vinci was showing is way, way different. And yeah, Vinci's back.
Sorry, there's some technical
No
glitch, I guess.
problem. No problem. I was just telling everybody that
um, uh,
how, whatever you've shown us is such a different side. And me, I've traveled for like 5 years now,
hmm,
not now,
hmm,
but good
hmm,
5 years back to back to Goa, and then
hmm,
never bothered, never figured anything else out. Yeah.
hmm. So the other thing to do in Goa, if you're there, go and visit the Portuguese colony. It's again close to.
Okay.
It's a very nice place. You'll see these old villas and buildings with balconies and narrow lanes, and it actually has the old architecture from the west, from Portugal, which has come here, and you can actually feel that you're transported to Portugal rather. And a lot of Goans have this dual passport also, the Portugal passport. Another very interesting thing about Portuguese house, how to spot a Portuguese house. When I was there, all the houses look very beautiful and pretty, but they said some are Portuguese, some are not. So how do you spot a Portuguese house? They say they have a rooster on top of the house. Okay.
Okay.
On top of the house, they have a rooster. Rooster happens to be the national symbol of Portugal, and it also means that it brings
Okay.
a lot of good luck to them. So most of the Portuguese houses have rooster on top of them. So that's the
Wow.
secret to understand how it works. Yeah. Then the other place you should check out is the Arvalam Caves. Now these
Arvalam
caves,
Caves.
yeah,
Okay.
these caves are popularly known as Pandava Caves. It is said that Pandavas
Okay.
during the 12 years of exile, Pandavas have come from Mahabharata, yeah, and they were in exile for 12 years. And when they were in the exile, at that time they stayed here. So a lot of people
Right.
just go there, and there's a case to check out. Then there's something other interesting called Netravali Bubble Lake. So there's a village called Netravali. When you go to that lake, there are bubbles just start popping up. There are continuous bubbles that come to the surface, and they also respond to the sound. So if you start clapping faster, you see the bubbles rising faster. It's an experience that you should go and check it out for sure. It is around like 50 kilometers from Margao, or around about 80 kilometers from Panjim. It's a very interesting place. So you
Wow.
start clapping over there and you see bubbles coming out. So you can alter, like kids, like I used to go there with some kids and all, and used to just randomly clap and see how the bubbles react to it. It's a good fun exercise for some time.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And then other thing, you should definitely look at the local bakeries over there. They make this poi, the local bread of Goa. So they make it in
Okay.
early morning. So make it fresh baked early morning. So you should go to the local bakery, see how it is made. If people have not gone to the bakery, so then it makes a lot of sense going there. Otherwise,
Right.
it is like, yeah, what are you doing? But if you want to see bakery, it's a nice place. You can also make your own bread. So they allow you to, make a dough and make small lumps and put it into the oven and see how it goes. So you can do that.
That's nice.
Another surprising thing a lot of people don't know is there is whitewater rafting happening in Goa. So there is
Oh.
so Valpoli, there's a place, Valpoi, sorry, that is around 45 kilometers again from Panjim. I'm taking Panjim as a center because also the capital, so you all can figure out certain distance from there.
Right. Absolutely. Makes sense.
Yeah, so over there, if you want, you can go and do whitewater rafting. But I suggest do from June to September. So that's the best time, not heavy rains.
Right.
That's a nice place to do. Otherwise, there are not much water to do rafting. So a little bit of rain is required for that.
So, Vinci, a lot of people, like
Uh,
majorly people say that that's not the season. Like either it's October to Feb, and Feb is also like quite a dead end by then. So if you're looking at peace and a few things open, then it's Feb. But like you said, so June to September, uh,
you're
that
saying
is also a period where people should go
so
to Goa, and
Goa.
then
I love Goa in monsoons. So what happens so Goa is divided into two parts. Shacks are open. So government gives them 6 months permission for shacks because 6 months Goa tourism doesn't happen. So in monsoon it doesn't happen.
right.
So after monsoon 6 months tourism happens. So a lot of people prefer to keep the shack open when the tourism time is happening. Okay. What happens in
Okay.
monsoon is Goa is completely green. You should go take a bike, and doesn't matter when you're getting drenched or not, and just keep riding to various places. Of course, beach Curly's is open if you're into beach shacks. Curly's is open throughout the year, so you can go sit there, chill, and see the water coming up to the edge of Curly's. So you can
Yeah,
enjoy
Curly's is
water.
beautiful.
Yeah. So Goa monsoon just makes it, stunning in monsoon. But just because there are not many people, or it's not a time
Correct.
where you can chill on the beach because water comes on the beach itself. So that's the reason
Hmm.
people don't go to Goa. But if you're somebody who likes rain, you like to ride in the rain and see beautiful scenery around, Goa is stunning in
Yeah,
monsoons
and
also.
also empty,
Empty,
less
yeah, it
people.
is completely empty, like hardly anybody. If you go to South Goa, literally nobody is there. North Goa, still there are people,
Right.
but not that much. So it's still a nice place to hang out. So that is for
Right.
sure.
In fact, I feel people have started really liking, I don't know if that's a post-COVID change, but they've
Hmm.
started liking less people because I had like two friends who just traveled to Goa and they were
Hmm.
like these party guys, okay? Like, oh,
Hmm.
we want to just drink and stay up all night. And
Uh,
they are like, oh, it was amazing because we had nobody and there
hmm.
was just an empty beach. We could just rest. So I think there's also a thing for lesser people, no crowd sort of a thing.
Yeah, people are getting
Good
into that
change.
zone. Yeah, it's a good change. But there are some people from north who comes, let's say from Delhi, they want to
Mm,
party, most of them. So I've seen people coming from
yeah,
certain parts of the country who come to go to party. Like there's a
right.
quite a distance. So people traveling from Bombay, most of them feel party one night, 2 night is fine, but then we need our space and peace. So
Space.
they just shift to other
Yes.
places. A lot of people go and stay in the islands that we spoke about. That's a nice place to chill out. Or they
Right.
go to smaller villages and stay there. If you're staying for a longer duration, if you're just for 1 week, 2 week, you might as well stay. Even in that case, we go to some like offbeat beaches which not many people go, like Ashwin Beach or Mandarin Beach in
Hmm.
North Goa, or you can go to Kola or Velsa Beach in South Goa. So these beaches are again
Yeah.
very much secluded beaches. Go to Palolem, it's very secluded again. So those are the offbeat beaches I call. Not many people go to those places. The other very
Right.
interesting thing you
Right.
should do is go to Dudhsagar waterfalls. You must have
Okay.
seen, if people are traveling by train, they must have seen this Dudhsagar waterfall. It is pretty much,
Yeah.
but you should go there for a trek also. It's a nice place. Let me see if we can
So
show
this
you.
is how this is before, like how do we plan it? So
So this is Sagar waterfall. So you can, it's in South Goa. So you literally spend one day. If you're staying in North Goa, wake up early morning, go, and your vehicle will go only
hmm
up to a point. After that point, there is
hmm
other local vehicle. Local guys from there will go into that share vehicle or private vehicle from there
right.
and go up to the Dudhsagar. So this is what you get to see. There's food
Okay.
and all included. So you can do a small trek there.
And we
You
get
can offer
to
it. Huh?
book these treks online or something, or again we go there, we find out, and it's
Yeah,
all
you can
available.
go. It is so Goa. The beauty of Goa is you don't have to stress. Everything is available online. At the same time,
Hmm.
you can go there and on the spur of the moment there will be people who will be helping you. So Goa
People.
is built on tourism, so you don't have to be worried or scared about anything. It's the most connected place,
Right.
when it comes to travel. You just land in Goa, any place in Goa, you can still manage to see everything. So that's the beauty of Goa.
Right.
Like unlike some other places that we spoke about. So
Right.
this is what happens. Yeah, that's what
It's beautiful. Yeah, so I think pretty much, if there is another side of Goa that you're looking for, I mean, these
yeah,
are the places we should plan. I would never, again, like I said, I'm sure like me, many would have not really thought of Goa and trekking. That's such
yeah,
a different angle. But now I
yeah.
would, like, I wouldn't want to see the same beach and,
Hmm,
just
hmm.
at least one of my days should be here and
Uh,
then, go and
yeah,
do the other stuffs as well.
absolutely. Even on the
So
beach,
that's,
I just want to point out, like even if you're
Mhm.
staying on the beach, you can stay in one of these kind of beach
Oh, they
huts.
look so
Yeah.
pretty.
So you can go to these beach huts and stay. It's just mind blowing.
Where
Imagine you're
where can
waking
I
up to the waves. This is in Ashwin. There are these beaches which are very secluded ones. So you go there
uh-huh.
and imagine waking up to the sound of the waves. And when you go to sleep and you're pretty tired and the waves just put you to sleep and the same
Yeah.
waves wake you up in the morning. And the first thing you do, wake up in the
It's
morning, just go
beautiful.
have a swim and come back before anything.
Yeah.
It's
This
an
is
experience.
heaven,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's a,
totally. So what are these? These are like,
these are,
again, people, you remember, or we can book them, or
you
how is
can,
it? Is it like
yeah, yeah.
lavish, or is it like
No,
something you
no.
can?
It is basic. So it is like beach huts. They are called. So two people can
Okay.
stay at best. There's a big cot inside, and like you can see, basically go out on the. It's
Hmm.
right on the seashore. It's on the beach itself. So you can. It's a
Right.
bit. It's not lavish at all. It has an attached bathroom, and there's a toilet, bathroom, and a bed. That's about it. Nothing much. Nothing fancy.
So if it's more like an experience, one night you
Experience.
want to
Yeah, one
stay
night.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So people stay here for
that's
weeks also,
really
by the way.
nice.
It's just, and this is the other beach. And these are the
Yeah.
another Mandarin beach, which is completely secluded. Not many people go here. This is what I
Mhm.
love about Goa. Like very few people to certain parts of Goa, not many go.
Those huts have a very Pondicherry feel
Mhm.
as well.
Yes, yes.
Secluded, even the island that you showed. So
Yeah,
maybe someday when we will do Pondicherry clubbed with some other places.
yeah.
But a lot of, even the Portuguese standalone houses that you showed,
Yeah,
very Pondicherry feel. So
absolutely.
yes,
Yeah. You get a different vibe when you're walking
yeah.
through those lanes also. No? It's a different feeling. And I normally ride. I take my bike. First thing I do, I go to Goa and pick up a bike, which is the most
Yeah,
convenient way of traveling. Only thing you have to ensure that you're not drunk while riding. Just be careful about that.
right,
Otherwise, the
right,
best. And these days, cops are very strict. They don't allow drunk driving or riding. They'll catch you for sure. So,
right.
but yeah, ensure if you want to have a beer or something, ensure that you're on the beach or no longer riding after that. That's all.
Right. Great. Sounds good. Also, Vinci, could you figure out, once we spoke about those elephant bathing
So,
areas near Goa?
so that can be done near the spice garden that we spoke about, spice plantation.
Okay.
It's in and around
So it's
that area. You can
reachable.
do. Yeah, it's reachable. Yeah, so you
Oh,
can do that over there.
lovely.
Yeah.
That's the new goal for Goa now. I want to
Sure.
do that.
It's a beautiful
But
place.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So I think that's pretty much, or you have things to add for
So,
the list.
so as far as walking around, seeing places the same, then of course the food and all is again an awesome thing to do in Goa. If you're into food and non-veg
Of
especially,
course.
like the best thing to have is the simplest food, that is Goan fish curry rice. You can get it
Right.
at the local stalls. Now the beauty is when you're riding or traveling in other parts besides the beach area, there are a lot of small nooks and corners where they serve food. You get food and beer everywhere.
Mhm.
So just go to one of these small places and they make some awesome homemade food like Goan fish curry rice, amazing. Then you can try out other like chicken zakuti or Goan pork vindaloo. Now, interestingly,
Yes.
vindaloo comes from the word, it's a Portuguese name, where vin is the vinegar and alo means garlic in Portuguese. But now we feel
Okay.
we put aloo, so it is vindaloo. So people think, oh, put aloo and also.
For
The
people who
other,
don't know what that is, please taste. It's
yeah,
yum. You're talking and it's taking me back
yeah,
to those 5 years, and I'm like,
yeah, oh yeah.
need to get out now.
But a lot of non-veg stuff. Sorpatel is there, pork and beef or mutton. If you like mutton liver, sorpatel is nice. Other interesting is chicken cafreal. It's a green color dish. I love that. And fish may rechado. So fish in rechado means rechado actually is a Portuguese word for stuffing. So they stuff masala into the fish and
Right.
give it to you. Like, you can put it in mackerel or
Yum.
any kind of fish that you catch. The other interesting thing you should do is if you like fishing, what I do is
Mhm.
sometimes you go to this, like if you're in Curly's or some place, you can fish from the sea. There are local guys who will be fishing. You hang around with them and say, I want
Right.
to fish. They will love to do that. They will teach you how to do fishing. And you can catch that fish and ask one of the shack guys to cook it for you. And they
Cook
do
it
it.
for you.
So it's a very
Yeah.
nice thing to do. One more thing you should try out is the bibinka, which is a very local delicacy. It's
Yes.
a sweet thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something you should try.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's so yummy.
Yeah.
God, we should never touch the food part,
Yeah.
because then for the next 2 hours, you're like, how do I get to it?
The other thing that I love eating in is like butter garlic squid, butter garlic prawns, or you get this
With, yes.
crab. So yeah, so that's just the standard thing. If you're doing nothing, I like to have my chai and butter garlic prawns, butter garlic squid, and sometimes you get a beer. And so a day of nothingness is spent on the beach doing. You get up in the morning, start with the beer, then you have butter garlic prawns, and then you have chai, and then again you have beer. Then again, so it's day spent doing nothing.
I think in a day or two, I will find you in Goa, or you will, I'm sure they're going to make this trip, because Goa is like, more doable, more easy to reach.
Correct.
And like a very quick plan can be made rather than going to Tawang or Zero. So I think this session is going to be way more effective,
absolutely.
To turn it into a real trip.
And the best part is the festival. So the carnival you should not miss. If you have not seen it, in the Feb month, carnival happens. It's an amazing thing to do.
Is this the Russian carnival that they talk about, like the Russian New Year? Or
no, nothing like that. It's just it's a Goan tradition. It was for more of a Portuguese tradition, and then it came to go, like Goans adapted it afterwards, and it becomes, it's an experience that if you see Brazil, where they have these carnivals and all, they try to replicate a similar kind of thing. I have some pictures. Let me get a hang of it. Yeah, so this is how the whole, it's a street that happens where people have different kinds of, so there is this king who comes and declares that, okay, now carnival is open, people have to drink and make merry. So he officially announces that, and we have to start drinking after that. It starts early in the morning. It's good fun, lot of energy, lot of vibe.
Truly a carnival.
It happens about carnival, yeah. So this is what happens.
Wow.
Amazing. You should go to Goa, and Christmas and New Year's, of course, if you get a chance to spend Christmas there, nothing like it. One of the best places to have Christmas in India is Goa. A lot of Christmas dance parties. There's something that you love, and if you're into jiving and salsa, that's another place that you can do a lot of that stuff over there. Yeah, so these are something that we like to do.
Lovely. Mentally, I am already in Christmas. I am in Goa. No, but this was lovely, yeah. And apart from this, I think for everybody who already knows, there's nothing new to tell you guys. You can find that pretty much, from anybody and everybody. But I would really suggest that if you are somebody who's been to Goa, then do plan a different trip and do have a different memory of Goa with everything that Vincy's told us today about.
Yes, you should try it out. Different, people who have gone to Goa second, third time definitely should look at. First time I'd suggest just explore the beaches. But if you're going second, third, fourth time, just then explore the other parts of Goa for sure.
Right. And I think it totally, the feel, the things that we saw, it's going to be equally amazing, because just, you can still do Goa, the normal things, and then add a few days to all this. No, it was amazing, Vincy.
Yeah.
I think a very, very different aspect to Goa. Not at all something that everybody would do. So this was really fun. And please tell everybody where, because he's been there. If you want to find out more from Vincy, you can totally go to his social handles, or also take a look at the blogs. Vincy, please let us know.
So my social handle is Offbeat Roads India. So that's my Insta handle, and you can also find it on my Facebook. Email ID is explore@offbeatroadsindia.com. Anything you can mail it to me, or visit my website. Again, it's offbeatroadsindia.com. So as simple as that. I'll be happy to answer whatever question, whatever queries, and see you.
Totally. Thank you so much, Vincy.
Thank you, Ria,
and thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
All right, we'll see you all next weekend with another fantastic place.
Thank you.